Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh Pandey and in this video, we'll talk about another very significant reaction mechanism. We'll talk about Cannizaro's reaction. Now naturally, this topic Cannizzaro reaction is a part of properties of aldehyde ketone, a very popular mechanism from which every year you have questions coming in different engineering medical entrance exams. So we'll want to do this in great details. We'll want to cover all possibilities, different types of different variations of this reaction. But before everything, what do you mean by Cannizzaro reaction? So you can begin with a heading like Cannizzaro reaction, and before everything, what is this reaction all about? What is Cannizzaro reaction? We'll begin with a formal definition. In most of the textbooks, you will find Cannizzaro reaction as a process, a reaction happening in aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen. Very deliberately, I have copy pasted the language of NCERT. The reaction which you see, the equation which you see is again copy pasted from NCERT, but this is how Cannizzaro is represented, is defined in most of the textbooks. I'll underline some key points. You will want to copy down everything. I'll underline some key points. First and foremost, aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen. In absence of alpha hydrogen, chances are before Cannizzaro, we talk about so many reactions which are because of presence of alpha hydrogen, like the very popular aldol condensation, जहाँ पे alpha hydrogen होने से you have one type of reaction. Very important, Cannizzaro will happen in aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen, and it will undergo a self oxidation and reduction process. Now the molecule will get oxidized as well as reduced. The same compound gets oxidized as well as reduced, and what is this process called? This process is called disproportionation. Another term which you generally know in class 11 redox, disproportionation is when the same compound gets both oxidized and reduced. So aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen, the same compound will undergo both oxidation and reduction when treated with concentrated alkali. I told you these are the key terms. Again, you will want to note all of this and underline these terms. Point 1, it's about compounds having no alpha hydrogen. Point 2, it undergoes disproportionation. Those compounds will get both oxidized as well as reduced. And point 3, it will require concentrated alkali. Now before this, we were doing reactions, suppose aldol condensation in dilute alkali. There the role of alkali was catalytic. यहाँ पे you will need concentrated alkali, because you will see the alkali, say it's given concentrated KOH here, the alkali will act like a reagent, it will not act like a catalyst. The alkali will take part in the process, it will get incorporated into the molecule, and because it's not regenerated, you don't get Cannizzaro with dilute alkali. Concentrated alkali यहाँ पे लगेगा, यहाँ पे alkali will get absorbed in the process. So aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen, I repeat, this is point 1, will undergo self oxidation and reduction, will get disproportionated in presence of concentrated alkali. Naturally, oxidation will lead to an acid and reduction will lead to an alcohol. Out of two molecules undergoing oxidation and reduction, one molecule is reduced to alcohol. So this is reduction of aldehyde to alcohol, and another molecule is oxidized to an acid. Because the medium is alkaline, because the medium is basic, instead of the alkali, you might well get the acid salt. I told you this is a picture copy pasted from NCERT. What I'll do is I'll write this equation again for you. So you'll want to begin with this definition, aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen, and the simplest example has to be formaldehyde. 2 moles of formaldehyde, HCHO plus HCHO. 2 moles of formaldehyde, concentrated alkali, it could be NaOH or KOH, concentrated alkali, 1 mole will get reduced to an alcohol which is methanol, and another mole will get oxidized to an acid. Naturally, 1 carbon acid, it will be formic acid, and you will get its potassium or sodium salt. HCOO minus. Because it's KOH used here, suppose you get HCOO minus K plus, you will get sodium or potassium salt of the acid. Now very important, this is reduction, aldehyde to alcohol, this is reduction. 1 mole gets reduced, and this is oxidation. 1 मोल गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड, 1 मोल का रिडक्शन होता है, दूसरा मोल का ऑक्सीडेशन होता है. आउट ऑफ 2 moles 1 mole gets reduced to an alcohol, another mole gets oxidized to an acid, and this process where the same compound undergoes both oxidation and reduction is naturally called disproportionation. We began with formaldehyde because formaldehyde is the simplest aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. Naturally alpha कार्बन ही नहीं है, एक कार्बन का कंपाउंड है, अल्फा कार्बन ही नहीं तो अल्फा हाइड्रोजन कहां से होगा? So this has to be the first example. All the cases where you do not have alpha hydrogen, see, once you copy all of this, you understand aldehyde to alcohol is reduction, aldehyde to acid is oxidation. This is the first example we begin with. I repeat, this is example number 1. We'll talk about a few more examples. After formaldehyde, what comes to mind is an aromatic aldehyde. So naturally, we'll talk about benzaldehyde, 2 moles of benzaldehyde. Again, this is an example copy pasted from NCERT. I have not written the answer here. We would want to solve it right now. 2 moles of benzaldehyde. Again, for benzaldehyde, you can say this is a compound having no alpha hydrogen. यहाँ पे कोई alpha hydrogen नहीं है. Benzaldehyde is aromatic aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. In presence of concentrated alkali, 2 moles, 1 mole will get reduced. The reduced product will be an alcohol, benzyl alcohol. This is reduction, and naturally the oxidation product would be benzoic acid or its salt, concentrated NaOH. So I might write sodium benzoate. Naturally, 1 mole of benzaldehyde becoming benzyl alcohol will be an act of reduction. This is reduction of aldehyde to alcohol, and another mole gets oxidized. This is a case of oxidation. We also represent benzaldehyde as PHCHO. So many times PH is the phenyl group. 2 moles of PHCHO in presence of OH minus. I'm again repeating the same equation. 1 mole will get reduced to PHCH2OH, another way of writing benzyl alcohol, and another mole will get oxidized to PHCOO minus Na plus, which is sodium benzoate. Naturally, 1 mole getting reduced, 1 mole getting oxidized. This is disproportionation. The process is called Cannizzaro reaction. Happens in compounds having no alpha hydrogen. We began with formaldehyde. This is the second most common example, which is about an aromatic aldehyde. Example 2, benzaldehyde. Obviously, we can take up more examples. So the next example is about a compound which is represented as CH3 whole thrice CHO. Ideally, I think there is some typing error here. This would be represented like CH3 whole thrice CCHO. There is a small typing error here, I believe. CH3 whole thrice CCHO can be represented as a carbon here. Naturally, this is the carbon having CHO group, and there are 3 methyl groups. I am writing it in different manner so that ये ऐसा लिखा हुआ है या ऐसा लिखा हुआ है. You understand, it's an aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. This is an aldehyde. यहाँ पर कोई alpha hydrogen नहीं है. You can see all the 4 arms of carbon. Another aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. You know, with concentrated alkali, 1 mole will get reduced, another mole will get oxidized. I told you this is a small typing error here. You will want to copy in this form. 2 moles of this, 1 mole will get oxidized, 1 mole will get reduced. We'll write the reduced form first. 1 mole will get reduced to the corresponding alcohol. This is the reduction product, and naturally this is the oxidation product. So once again, this suppose is the third example. This is example 3. 2 moles of this compound, 2 moles of this aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen, 2 moles of this aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. 1 mole gets reduced. This is reduction. Naturally, this is reduction, and another mole gets oxidized. This is oxidation. So I think with 2 or 3 examples, the picture is clear. Now you understand. It's about carbonyls having no alpha hydrogen, concentrated alkali, and oxidation reduction, self oxidation reduction. So all the 3 points are visible here. 1, compound having no alpha hydrogen. 2, Oxidation reduction, which is disproportionation, one mole getting reduced, another mole getting oxidized. Point 3 is the requirement of a concentrated alkali. I repeat, will need concentrated base because here the role of base will not be a catalyst. Here the role of base would be as a reagent. It will be used as a reagent. It will get used in the process. तो यहाँ पे dilute की जगह concentrated alkali लगता है. So with a few examples seen, let's go into the mechanism. So many questions come from the mechanism of Cannizzaro. Let's learn the mechanism of Cannizzaro now. So here we go into the mechanism part. Every time you would want to give appropriate heading. This is something, from which so many questions have been framed. This is like a very vital portion of this topic. Like most of the named reactions where the mechanism is important. Let's talk about the mechanism. What I have done is, I have written RCHO plus RCHO very deliberately, using the privilege of multiple colors on the smart board. I have written two molecules with different colors. As you could see, I have written two molecules with two different colors. RCHO to RCOO minus. RCHO to RCOO minus is naturally an act of oxidation. So this mole, this compound, this molecule is getting oxidized. Alcohol to acid. And again, with a different colored ink, I am going to represent this reduction. This is reduction. So I hope this is going to make things even easier for you. Naturally, the blue color ink is about this compound getting oxidized, and this particular molecule you could see is getting reduced. One mole getting oxidized, one mole getting reduced. Very deliberately, I will take these two compounds or these two molecules differently. Let me call this compound 1. Let me call this, the first one, the blue one, compound 1, and this one compound 2. We'll keep in mind that compound 1 is getting oxidized and compound 2 is getting reduced. I repeat, we'll keep in mind that compound 1 is getting oxidized and compound 2 is getting reduced, and trust me, this approach while explaining the mechanism is going to help me in due course. ये ब्लू वाला हमेशा ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है, ये वाला हमेशा कंपाउंड 2 हमेशा रिड्यूस हो रहा है. Mechanism में will begin with the one which is getting oxidized. You will want to copy all of this very neatly. This will help you in so many questions. We'll begin with compound 1, the blue one, and this is how it all begins. It's going to be so natural. OH minus in absence of alpha hydrogen, because there is no alpha hydrogen. Let's remember, because there is no alpha hydrogen, OH minus cannot remove any hydrogen. OH minus cannot act as a base. Most of the times in the aldol condensation, in all the previous mechanisms where alpha hydrogen was responsible for those particular reactions and mechanism, यहाँ पे alpha hydrogen नहीं है. In all those cases it began with alpha hydrogen. OH minus was acting as a base. Base का काम है hydrogen निकालना. यहाँ पे alpha hydrogen नहीं है. So naturally OH minus cannot act as a base. It will act as a nucleophile. These small little points, these small little things would help you in all of organic chemistry. A very fine line, a very basic fundamental difference between the base and the nucleophile. A base will extract H plus, whereas a nucleophile will go to a positive carbon. This bond is polar, O minus, C plus. यहाँ पर C plus पे OH minus आएगा. And again, this is very natural because we are used to an aldehyde being attacked by a nucleophile. I repeat, alpha hydrogen है नहीं. OH minus cannot act as a base. It can act only as a nucleophile. If you learn it in this manner, you will be able to recall it better. These are things which may not be exactly written in the textbooks. This is called reading between the lines. You learn this, you understand this, you gain this much of wisdom either by going through a topic multiple times or naturally learning it with a lot of interest and curiosity, but it will help. It cannot act as a base because hydrogen is missing. It will act as a nucleophile. Nucleophile will go to this nuclei, positive nuclei. So simple as it looks, compound 1, and this is the first intermediate, compound 1. This will become O minus, OH will come and stick here, and naturally you have another OH here. You will have this hydrogen. This is a hydrogen. you have an RCHO to begin with, so this is an aldehyde, this is hydrogen. Instead of OH, this will be hydrogen. So this is hydrogen, RCHO being attacked by OH minus. Naturally, this will be the first intermediate. This will be the first intermediate. OH minus acting as a nucleophile. This will be step 1. Now, what is step 2? Step 2 is about this lone pair coming down. This lone pair coming down, and this will lose H minus. This will lose H minus. Normally, H minus is a very poor leaving group. Normally, H minus is a very poor leaving group, but in Cannizzaro, H minus will go as a leaving group because it will right away be taken by molecule 2. Now, molecule 2 will come into frame. Now, molecule 2 will come into frame. Very deliberately, I am calling it molecule 1, I am calling it molecule 2. Very deliberately, I am using two different colored inks. So, naturally, if this comes down and H minus moves like this, H minus moves like this, this is very popularly called a hydride transfer. This is very popularly called a hydride transfer. Every time it's H minus, you call it hydride. H plus को प्रोटॉन बोलते हैं, H माइनस को हाइड्राइड बोलते हैं. ये इस प्रोसेस का सबसे स्लो स्टेप है. ये सबसे स्लो स्टेप है. हाइड्राइड ट्रांसफर इज द स्लो और द रीडिटरमाइनिंग स्टेप ऑफ द प्रोसेस. Multiple times this has come in different exams. This is the most common question from Cannizzaro. This is the most common question from Cannizzaro. It must have come in all exams of this country. JEE, NEET, all state level exams. Which is the slowest step of Cannizzaro? Hydride transfer. And where will H minus go? Where will H minus go? Naturally, this H minus will again go to the C plus. The bond is polar. H minus will go to the C plus. So this hydride transfer and this H minus will come to this compound 2. See, I have been referring it compound 1 so far. I will continue to refer it like compound 1. This is compound 1. And naturally, this one is compound 2. Please remember, compound 1 is going to get oxidized and compound 2 will get reduced. The process has begun. Compound 1 has lost H minus and given it to compound 2. Naturally, हाइड्रोजन मूव करेगा तो ये ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे ये रिड्यूस हो रहा है. हाइड्राइड ट्रांसफर स्लो स्टेप, रीडिटरमाइनिंग स्टेप ऑफ Cannizzaro, very very important. Step 1, step 2. Now, once this hydride transfer is over, how will compound 1 look like? The compound 1 will look like RCOOH. Compound 1 will look like RCOOH, and compound 2 would naturally look like R. Now, you will have this hydrogen which was present initially in this compound, O minus, and there will be, again I am deliberately using this blue ink here because this hydrogen has come from compound 1, this hydrogen has come from compound 1, this hydrogen has come from compound 1. Finally, after step 1 and step 2, we will talk about step 3. You need to copy everything. Step 1, step 2, and this will be step 3. This will be step 3. Step 3 is a very fast step. Step 3 is a very common step. You call it proton exchange, H plus or proton exchange. You know both forms of hydrogen. H plus को proton बोलते हैं, H minus को hydride बोलते हैं. इसको hydride transfer बोलते हैं, इसको proton exchange बोलेंगे. This is hydride transfer, this is proton exchange, and this will happen between compound 1 and compound 2. Now, naturally, compound 1 will lose its hydrogen to compound 2. It will lose its hydrogen to compound 2. It will lose its hydrogen to compound 2. पहले compound 1 compound 2 को H minus देता है, फिर H plus देता है. Proton exchange is always the fast step. Proton exchange is always the fast step because इससे दोनों species stable हो जाएंगी. Naturally, in basic medium, an acid will be more stable as a carboxylate. Naturally, in basic medium, this will be a more stable form of compound 1. Alkaline medium में acid will exist as carboxylate. Equivalent resonance, we know about it. This is stable by equivalent resonance. So naturally, proton exchange is a fast step. Because इससे compound 1 भी stable होगा और compound 2 भी stable होगा. Compound 1 stable होगा because this is stable by resonance, equivalent resonance. And now let me draw compound 2. Let me draw compound 2. Compound 2 would become R. Now I am going to talk about this hydrogen जो पहले से था इस कंपाउंड में. Naturally एक हाइड्रोजन जो कंपाउंड 1 से आया है, and finally another hydrogen which has also come from compound 1. So very deliberately I am using different coloredings so that the picture is absolutely clear. See, I wrote all of compound 1 with the blue ink. I started writing compound 2 with another colored ink. Naturally when you see the process, compound 1 पहले इसको हाइड्राइड देता है, फिर इसको H प्लस देता है. H प्लस देने से ये भी स्टेबल हो गया, ये भी स्टेबल हो गया. एल्कोक्साइड तो चार्ज पार्टिकल है, इट विल बिकम स्टेबल बाय फॉर्मिंग एन अल्कोहल. 2 will become stable as a neutral compound, 1 will become stable as a carboxylate anion, 1 be stable, 2 be stable. जिस स्टेप से दोनों कंपाउंड स्टेबल हो रहा है, it has to be a fast step. It has to be a fast step. So proton exchange is the fast step of the process because it's leading to stability of both compound 1 and compound 2. Compound 1 gets oxidized. Compound 1 gets oxidized. Now let's talk about all the 3 steps. Let's quickly talk about all the 3 steps. Very, very important. Step 1. Step 1 is the attack of nucleophile. Step 1 is the attack of nucleophile. जो मॉलिक्यूल न्यूक्लियोफाइल एक्सेप्ट करता है वही ऑक्सीडाइज होता है. नोट इट समवेयर. द कंपाउंड एक्सेप्टिंग OH माइनस, द कंपाउंड गेटिंग द न्यूक्लियोफाइल इन द फर्स्ट स्टेप विल एक्ट एज कंपाउंड 1 विल गेट ऑक्सीडाइज्ड. अब जिसको OH माइनस मिला, that will lose H minus in the slow step and H plus in the fast step to compound 2. Now this is reduction, this is reduction. RCHO will become RCH2OH. ये रिडक्शन है और ये रिडक्शन के लिए H माइनस और H प्लस दोनों कंपाउंड 1 से आता है. इस रिडक्शन के लिए H माइनस और H प्लस दोनों कंपाउंड 1 से आता है. That is why you know I've used blue ink here. You will want to copy this very neatly. You will want to know it very fundamentally so that any given question on the mechanism of Cannizzaro and you are able to handle it very gracefully. So chances are all the 3 steps would look very natural. I am going to just kind of label all the 3 steps. Step 1 is about OH minus attack. The one getting OH minus gets oxidized. I keep on repeating this because this will help us in cases to come. This is step 1. This is step 2. Hydride transfer, and this is step 3, which is proton exchange. Which is the slow step of Cannizzaro? Hydride transfer. Naturally proton exchange is a fast step because it will make both 1 and 2 more stable. We'll keep on coming back to the mechanism part as we proceed with the characters of the reaction. Another type of questions which can come in this mechanism. We'll keep on going back and forth. So we'll come back to the mechanism part. I repeat, what you need to do at your end is you want to copy this very, very neatly. Simple 3 steps. Step 1, attack of nucleophile because alpha hydrogen is missing, and the compound getting OH minus always gets oxidized because it loses H minus and H plus to compound 2. Compound 2 which gets reduced to an alcohol, इसका H minus और H plus, H minus आएगा C plus के पास, H plus आएगा O minus के पास. Very, very natural. कुछ भी रटने का नहीं है. Nothing to mug up. This gets reduced to an alcohol and it will get an H plus and an H minus. H minus will go to this carbon and H plus will go to O minus. So we'll come back to this mechanism. I hope you all are going to understand this, copy this, recall this, and then evidences in support of the mechanism. I'll talk about a few traits of this mechanism, a few characters of this mechanism, which I am going to use as evidence in support of mechanism. In chemistry, we always talk about the traits of the reaction and then we give the mechanism. So it's not like we decide about a mechanism and then we analyze the process. We certainly analyze the process, we analyze the product, various methods of investigating the product, and finally based upon the evidences we propose a mechanism. And naturally the mechanism proposed has to be in line with all the experimental observations which I call the evidences here. Now point 1, rate of the process will be proportional to the concentration of the aldehyde to the order 2. So square of this and OH minus to the order 1. In kinetics, we know that this is called the rate law expression. If suppose the rate of a process is proportional to square bracket means concentration molarity aldehyde square and OH minus, this means these are the ones which have acted either in or before the rate determining step. These are the ones which have acted either in or before the rate determining step. In all likelihood, the rate law expression, you know this from kinetics, the rate law expression is going to help you proposing the mechanism, deciding the slow fast step of a process, and naturally this will confirm that, I'll go back to the mechanism slide, this will confirm that indeed step 2 was the slow step. देखो यहाँ पे step 2 में you need both 1 and 2, step 2 में you need both 1 and 2, and because you need both moles of aldehyde, and because step 2 is the rate determining step, you will see कि in the rate law expression aldehyde का square लगता है, because slow step में 1 और 2 दोनों लग रहा है, दोनों मोल लग रहा है, so it will be aldehyde concentration to the power 2 order 2, और OH minus इसके पहले लग चुका है. So this tells you that OH minus and both the moles of aldehyde have either acted in or before the rate determining step. I'll just tell you about a particular case, and you will want to copy this. In excess of OH minus, if you have large excess of OH minus, this is also a possibility. Rate is proportional to aldehyde to the power 2, OH minus to the power 2. This is a particular case when the medium is very basic. In too much excess of OH minus, this will be the rate law expression. In too much excess of OH minus, it will be of the order of 2 with the alkali as well. We'll talk about it when the time is right. For the time being, this is the rate law expression, and naturally it's going to prove the authenticity of this mechanism. All the evidences eventually will lead to this mechanism looking authentic. What's the second evidence? The second evidence is equally important. No deuterium is found in the product when the process is done in presence of D2O. No deuterium is found in the product. First of all, we will want to copy it down. You know deuterium as the isotope of hydrogen. Deuterium is the isotope of hydrogen with mass number 2. So either it's written with capital D or it's written as hydrogen with mass number 2. Instead of H2O, if you use D2O, if the medium is H2O की जगह D2O, if it's D2O heavy water, you call it heavy water. If you use D2O instead of H2O, if you change the isotopic nature of hydrogen in the medium, instead of normal water, if you use heavy water, instead of protium, if you have deuterium, there is no deuterium in the product. Alcohol is the reduced form. Alcohol कोई हाइड्रोजन मिलता है. Acid तो ऑक्सीडाइज होता है. Acid is the oxidized form. Aldehyde to acid is oxidation. So naturally aldehyde to acid में कोई हाइड्रोजन ऐड नहीं होगा, पर aldehyde to alcohol is reduction. वहां पर हाइड्रोजन ऐड होता है, वो हमेशा हाइड्रोजन ही ऐड होगा, कभी ड्यूटेरियम ऐड नहीं होगा. H2O की जगह अगर D2O में करोगे, प्रोडक्ट में कभी भी ड्यूटेरियम नहीं आएगा. What it means that 2 moles of RCHO, if it's treated with OH minus instead of water, if you take D2O, this is the oxidation product. यहां पर कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, यहां पे कुछ हाइड्रोजन ऐड नहीं होता है, पर जहां पर हाइड्रोजन ऐड होता है वो हाइड्रोजन भी कभी भी ड्यूटेरियम नहीं होगा. यहां पर हाइड्रोजन की जगह ड्यूटेरियम नहीं आएगा. देयर विल बी नो ड्यूटेरियम इन द रिड्यूस्ड फॉर्म, एंड दिस विल प्रूव जब यहां पर D2O लेने से कोई ड्यूटेरियम नहीं आएगा, यहां पर अगर कोई ड्यूटेरियम नहीं आएगा, दिस विल प्रूव कि यहां पर ये हाइड्रोजन और ये हाइड्रोजन, ये तो पहले से था. दिस विल प्रूव दैट बोथ दिस हाइड्रोजन एंड दिस हाइड्रोजन हैव कम फ्रॉम, compound 1. This has come from compound 1. This will prove that both have come from compound 1. It does not come from the solvent. This will also prove the mechanism. Realize this hydrogen has also come from 1. This hydrogen has also come from 1. A small little fact is, इस ऑक्सीजन के पास जो हाइड्रोजन आया, इस ऑक्सीजन के पास जो हाइड्रोजन आया, which is suppose I am going to mark it, इस ऑक्सीजन के पास जो हाइड्रोजन आया, I'll use a different ink again. इस ऑक्सीजन के पास जो हाइड्रोजन आया कंपाउंड 2 में, ये भी कंपाउंड 1 से आया, which is this हाइड्रोजन, और ये हाइड्रोजन कंपाउंड 1 में आया OH माइनस से, तो यहां पर भी रोल OH माइनस का है. वाटर मीडियम सॉल्वेंट एंड द प्रोटियम और ड्यूटेरियम इज नॉट प्लेइंग एनी पार्ट. यहां पर दोनों हाइड्रोजन कंपाउंड 1 से ही आता है. कंपाउंड 1 में ये हाइड्रोजन OH माइनस से आता है, तो नेचुरली यू डू इट इन वाटर और D2O. यहां पर कोई ड्यूटेरियम नहीं आएगा, विच विल प्रूव दैट बोथ H प्लस एंड H माइनस, this will prove that in this compound both H plus and H minus have come from compound 1. There could be a small little investigation though. What you can do is, instead of OH minus, what you can do is, if you take OD minus, means instead of NaOH you take NaOD. Now the medium does not matter, water या deuterium or D2O, उससे पहले भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. Again this will become RCOO minus, and now the other form would be RCH H, and this will be OD, which will mean that this deuterium has come from this deuterium. This deuterium has come from this deuterium. Again this deuterium has come from this deuterium, but before that this got incorporated to compound 1, as we saw in the mechanism. So the medium is not playing any role, solvent is not playing any role. That is why when you exchange the solvent, H2O की जगह D2O, you have no deuterium in the product. All of this goes towards proving the mechanism only. It all began with -I-R promoting. It all began with the attack of nucleophile. कोई भी न्यूक्लियोफिलिक अटैक में -I-R promote reactivity. -I-R promotes any kind of nucleophilic attack. -I-R will promote any kind of nucleophilic attack. This is what we learned in the first class on aldehyde ketone, that this positive needs to be more positive. If it's more positive, if it's more inviting for the nucleophile, and it has to begin with OH minus. So naturally अगर यहाँ पर -I effect रहेगा, the compound will be more reactive, more oriented towards Cannizzaro reaction. -I-R promoting reactivity also proves that it all begins with the attack of OH minus. So I guess all these evidences will eventually prove the mechanism proposed is correct. It's actually the other way. After naturally observing and analyzing all the evidences, we propose the mechanism. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 is about the compound 1 getting OH minus, that will with the one getting oxidized, और वो दूसरा वाला कंपाउंड को H प्लस और H माइनस दोनों देगा. पहला स्टेप में, सेकेंड स्टेप में H माइनस देगा, विच विल बी हाइड्राइड ट्रांसफर. थर्ड स्टेप में H प्लस देगा, विच विल बी प्रोटॉन एक्सचेंज. Naturally, one will get oxidized, two will get reduced. I am repeating this multiple times because I told you this will account for several questions in the real exam. So you will want to copy all of this very, very neatly, and we move to what's called cross Cannizzaro. I told you, this being such an important mechanism, we'll want to cover all the variations. The term crossed, we have seen it before, crossed aldol and crossed reactions in the past. Crossed Cannizzaro, and it's about a mixture of two aldehydes. This is the most common example. Naturally, we need to talk about both having no alpha hydrogen. It's a mixture of two carbonyls. Formaldehyde and benzaldehyde in presence of OH minus concentrated. It forms formate and benzyl alcohol. I'll write it again. It's either given as PHCHO, or ring CHO. It's either given as PHCHO or ring CHO. Formaldehyde, benzaldehyde, OH minus, HCOO minus plus ring CH2OH, benzyl alcohol. This is very, very important at all levels. School exams, board exams, entrance exams, JEE, NEET, very very important. In crossed Cannizzaro involving formaldehyde. In crossed Cannizzaro involving formaldehyde, HCHO is always oxidized. You will want to keep this in mind, very very important. This might be used as a fact. This might be just a simple question in your school exam or board exam. In a crossed Cannizzaro, formaldehyde is always oxidized. So it's a mixture of two aldehydes. You see formaldehyde always getting oxidized. You see formaldehyde always getting oxidized. You see benzaldehyde naturally getting reduced. It's not about किसका reduction हो रहा है. It's about किसका oxidation हो रहा है. From day one in aldehyde ketone, I have been telling you, even in the class on aldol, I have been telling you, formaldehyde is the most reactive aldehyde. Formaldehyde, I'll write it again. You'll want to copy this. This is the most reactive. Aldehyde. And what do you mean by most reactive? Aldehyde accept nucleophilic addition. This is the best acceptor. Of nucleophile. Either you will want to know it like a fact, या तो स्टूडेंट याद कर लेता है कैनिज़ारो क्रॉस कैनिज़ारो में हमेशा फॉर्मल्डिहाइड ऑक्सीडाइज होता है. It all begins with knowing it like a fact, because it will come in your school exam, board exam as well. So first of all, you will know it factually. Formaldehyde always gets oxidized. Cross Cannizzaro में formaldehyde always get oxidized. You will want to know it factually. And then because we know the mechanism, it's again going to fall in line of that mechanism. Formaldehyde is the most reactive aldehyde. From day one we have been saying formaldehyde is the most reactive aldehyde. What do you mean by reactivity? They accept nucleophile. It's the best acceptor of nucleophile. Formaldehyde सबसे अच्छा acceptor है. और अगर formaldehyde सबसे अच्छा acceptor है, let's move back to the mechanism. Formaldehyde will act as molecule 1. If you have to choose between 1 and 2, यहाँ पर 1 और 2 same था. But if it's cross Cannizzaro, if you have to choose between molecule 1 and 2, naturally formaldehyde being most reactive, formaldehyde being the best acceptor, formaldehyde will get oxidized. I did tell you molecule 1 gets oxidized, molecule 2 gets reduced. So because you know the mechanism, formaldehyde will act as molecule 1, जो OH minus लेता है, accept करता है, वही oxidize करता है. मैं बार बार बोल रहा था. The one getting OH minus will get oxidized. The one getting OH minus is deliberately called compound 1. तो ये accept करेगा और ऐसा formaldehyde होगा. Formaldehyde compound 1 जैसा होगा, benzaldehyde compound 2 जैसा होगा, because it's the best acceptor. And now this fact is always going to stay with you. Once you know it with mechanism, once you know it fundamentally, once you know it with logic, this is going to stay with you. Nothing to be mugged up. Formaldehyde is the best acceptor, will always get oxidized, benzaldehyde will get reduced. Now let's move to some other example. After cross Cannizzaro, we can talk about intramolecular Cannizzaro. Again, intramolecular Cannizzaro, you will want to give separate headings like this. Intramolecular, you understand, is about a compound having maybe two CHO groups. It's all going to happen in the molecule, within the molecule. Abhi tak, you know, the same compound was getting oxidized and reduced, but those were two different molecules. Now maybe in the same compound having two carbonyls, the most common example is, suppose you have a ring C double bond O CHO. So now you have two carbonyls. यहाँ पर दो carbonyl group है. There are two carbonyl groups. दोनों के पास अल्फा हाइड्रोजन नहीं है. OH minus 2 moles will not be required. 2 moles will not be required. 1 will get reduced. यहाँ पर OH हो जाएगा, हाइड्रोजन हो जाएगा. This will get oxidized. So naturally, this getting reduced, this getting oxidized, this getting reduced, this getting oxidized is an act of intramolecular Cannizzaro. Another very popular example is CHO. It's called Glaucel. CHO. Naturally, alpha hydrogen nahi hai for both the CHO groups. CHO called Glaucel. OH minus intramolecular. One part of the molecule will get oxidized. One part of the molecule will get reduced. I'll write the name here. It's called Glaucel. And Glaucel, by this intramolecular Cannizzaro, will become glycolic acid. It will become glycolic acid. One part getting oxidized, this is an act of oxidation. Naturally, this is a part of reduction. Glycolic acid or glyoxylic acid, will want to move on. This is intramolecular Cannizzaro, because one part of the molecule is getting oxidized, one part of the molecule is getting reduced. You know, these questions have come in different forms in the entrance exams. I recall an amazing question which came in the JEE way back. काफी साल पहले, सारा कॉपी करने के बाद में क्वेश्चन देख सकते हो. There was a question of this kind. Couple of chlorine here, a couple of chlorine here, and it was excess OH minus, excess OH minus, excess OH minus. You had to give the final product. Now excess OH minus is the same as concentrated alkali, and naturally you have to apply yourself. This was the nature of the question. You will want to pause the video now, think about it. You will want to pause the video, think about it, and once you have thought of it, once you have tried this, some of you might have got this fact कि 2 क्लोरीन की जगह 2 OH यहाँ पर भी आएगा, 2 क्लोरीन की जगह 2 OH यहाँ पर भी आएगा, एंड नेचुरली ये डायोल से वाटर निकलेगा, ये डायोल से वाटर निकलेगा. यू गोइंग टू गो बैक टू द कंपाउंड वी बिगैन विथ. दिस इज अबाउट रिंग C double bond O CHO. So now this with OH minus, this with OH minus will go intramolecular Cannizzaro. So you know we can have a question of this kind where either this will be there to begin with, या तो पहले से ऐसा दिया रहेगा, या इस तरह का एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. एक कार्बन पर 2 OH स्टेबल नहीं होता है, वाटर निकालते हैं, you will get a compound having 2 carbonyls. This will get oxidized, this will get reduced, and this is what we saw as example 1. This is what we saw as example 1. This is reduction, this is oxidation. We'll want to call it intramolecular Cannizzaro, we'll want to call it intramolecular Cannizzaro, and then we'll want to move on. Now once we do all of this, once we do the mechanism and everything, another named reaction, another named rearrangement, it's called benzoic acid rearrangement, which you find much later in your textbook, obviously not in a textbook like NCERT, but it's again a popular named rearrangement. I'll tell you what this rearrangement is all about. I'll also tell you मैं इसको अभी यहाँ पर क्यों पढ़ा रहा हूँ. There is a compound like ring CHOH, ring CHOH, CHOH, there is a compound ring CHOH, C double bond O, this one, which on mild oxidation gives you a compound ring C double bond O, C double bond O, and a ring here. Now first of all let me name these compounds. This is called benzoin. It's a product of, again, a very popular named reaction. It could be a product of benzoin condensation. It comes from benzaldehyde. It comes from benzaldehyde. I'll just write what is benzoin condensation. इसका mechanism किसी और क्लास में देख लेंगे. Benzaldehyde, 2 moles of benzaldehyde with cyanide can give you this compound, which is benzoin condensation. 2 rings will get clubbed. Condensation दिखता है, it's benzoin. Benzoin on mild oxidation, a mild oxidizing agent like PCC and all, will get it oxidized to what's called a benzyl. This is called a benzyl. And benzyl with OH minus, benzyl with concentrated OH minus. This is important. Benzyl with concentrated OH minus. Benzyl with concentrated OH minus will give you ring. Benzyl with concentrated OH minus will give you this ring. Then another ring. This is OH. This is COO minus. Now this compound is called benzoic acid. This compound is called benzoic acid. This compound is called benzoic acid. This is called benzoic acid. And this particular rearrangement, benzyl to benzoic acid, this particular rearrangement is very popularly called benzoic acid rearrangement. This is called benzoic acid rearrangement. Within 5 minutes you would know why we talk about benzoic acid rearrangement in Cannizzaro, because the mechanism of benzoic acid rearrangement, the mechanism of this rearrangement will be exactly like Cannizzaro. The mechanism of this rearrangement will be exactly like Cannizzaro, benzyl to benzoic acid rearrangement. ये बिल्कुल Cannizzaro जैसे मैकेनिज्म है, ये बिल्कुल Cannizzaro जैसा मैकेनिज्म है. You will want to copy all of this. This could be like an A, B, C, D, E type of problem. Very popular, benzaldehyde to benzoin, benzoin condensation, इससे बेंजिल बनता है, बेंजिल में बेंजिलिक एसिड रीअरेंजमेंट होता है. And what is the mechanism of benzylic acid rearrangement? How does this happen? How does this happen? When I tell you the mechanism of benzylic acid rearrangement, you will understand this is exactly like Cannizzaro. So maybe I would want to write this one more time. This is benzyl, pH C double bond O, pH. ये benzyl है, concentrated OH minus, और ये benzylic acid है, pH OH, a ring here, and naturally COO minus. This is benzylic acid. Benzyl to benzylic acid rearrangement. Let's begin with step 1. OH minus, concentrated OH minus. Let's begin with step 1. Step 1 will be OH minus acting as a nucleophile. ये ऐसे जाएगा, ये इसके ऊपर आएगा. Naturally इसके बाद after step 1 you will get pH C double bond O, CO minus, pH and an OH here. This will be step 1. This negative will come down, and this pH minus will migrate. ये ऊपर आ जाएगा. This will give you pH CO minus, then this will be a pH here, this pH will be here, phenyl group, then this will be C double bond O and OH. Now this last step would be proton exchange. This will be proton exchange. This will be proton exchange. ये H plus यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. This H plus will come here. Naturally it will become an alcohol. This will become a carboxylate. Benzylic acid बन जाएगा. Step 1, step 2, step 3. I don't think I need to elaborate. Exactly like Cannizzaro. Benzylic acid rearrangement very similar to Cannizzaro. Step 1, attack of OH minus. Step 2, वहां पर हाइड्राइड ट्रांसफर था, यहां पर हाइड्रोजन नहीं है, यहां पर हाइड्राइड ट्रांसफर की जगह यू विल हैव फिनाइल ट्रांसफर, यू हैव पीएच माइनस ट्रांसफर. Step 1 is attack of OH minus. Step 2 is phenyl transfer. And naturally step 3 is the same proton exchange. So benzylic acid rearrangement यहीं पर पढ़ा देना चाहिए. बेंजिलिक एसिड रीअरेंजमेंट कैनिज़ारो के साथ ही सीख लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज मैकेनिज्म एग्जैक्टली सेम है, ट्रेट्स भी सेम है. यहां पर भी माइनस आई इफेक्ट विल प्रमोट द रिएक्शन. इन जनरल फॉर बेंजिलिक एसिड रीअरेंजमेंट, कैनिज़ारो और एनी न्यूक्लियोफिलिक अटैक, you will want to copy this neatly. You will see all the 3 steps are exactly like Cannizzaro. And before we finish, a couple of very quick cases. यहां पर बेंजल्डिहाइड है, यहां पर बेंजल्डिहाइड है. I'm going to talk about substituted rings. I'm going to talk about substituted forms of benzaldehyde. Now suppose this is benzaldehyde with a NO2 group here, paranitro. This is normal benzaldehyde. This is benzaldehyde with a methyl here. This is benzaldehyde with an OCH3 here. Naturally, a minus R effect would promote reactivity. A hyperconjugation or plus I like effect would decrease reactivity. This will be plus R. Plus R will make it even more reactive, even less reactive. Minus I minus R promotes Cannizzaro reaction, and naturally plus I plus R will hinder the process. तो कभी भी ऐसा एक क्वेश्चन है about order of reactivity, this will be the order of reactivity. Naturally this will be the order of reactivity. Minus R will make it more reactive, hyperconjugation will make it less reactive, plus R will make it even less reactive. Very, very common. Finally, this might be the last question for this particular session, and I hope you have understood this part as well. There will be more variations and more interesting facts revealed while solving MCQs, the real exam questions. So after this I'm going to talk about the questions which have come in the exam. I'm going to talk about a few variations like कहाँ पे अल्फा हाइड्रोजन नहीं होने से भी कैनिजारो नहीं होता है, ठीक है. सो यू नो आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दोज केसेस इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. This might be the last problem in this particular session, which is again a very advanced problem. ये भी थोड़ा सा एक advanced problem है. I have two rings. I'm obviously looking to draw a benzyl. This compound is benzyl. This compound is benzyl. Now, in one of the rings, I have made NO2. In one of the rings, I have made NO2, and now I treat it with concentrated OH minus. What I have also done is, इन दोनों कार्बन में I have marked one carbon. एक कार्बन को रेडियोएक्टिव ले लिया. I have made this carbon radioactive. Now, when I see the product, the product is always going to look like this. This will be the ring with COO minus. Just give me a minute. This will be the final product. For your convenience, I am going to draw it in this manner. This will be COO minus. This will always be COO minus, and you will have a ring here, and you will have another ring here, and naturally this will be OH. It will rather help. I am doing this for your convenience, trust me. क्वेश्चन कॉपी करना, हमेशा क्वेश्चन कॉपी करने के बाद वीडियो पॉज करना, पहले खुद अप्लाई करना, एंड फाइनली यू विल वांट टू सी द प्रोडक्ट. दिस विल बी द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. This will be the radioactive carbon, which means that minus R effect makes this a better migrating. Minus R effect makes this a better acceptor. Minus R की वजह से this is a better acceptor. This is acting as molecule 1. This is acting as molecule 2 intramolecular, but this is acting as molecule 1. It's acting as molecule 2. Benzylic acid rearrangement mechanism very much like intramolecular Cannizzaro. This will act as molecule 1. That will act as molecule 2. Minus R होगा, ये OH minus जाके यहाँ पे अटैक करेगा. Naturally, this will go up when this comes down. This phenyl with this nitro group will migrate. जिससे जिस कार्बन को रेडियोएक्टिव किया वो COO माइनस बनेगा. This will become COO minus. This पे OH minus अटैक करेगा. That will get oxidized. So if you mark this carbon, ये दोनों कार्बन अलग अलग हो गया. जो कार्बन मार्क्ड है वही COO minus बनता है. This is the final product formed. This is the final benzylic acid formed. This will prove that everything which we have learnt about the mechanism is absolutely perfect, is absolutely all right, because with every variation, with every electronic effect, we are getting the expected product. So I guess this is what I wanted to discuss in this particular video. We'll talk about a lot of variations in the next class. This will take care of most of the questions in the real exam as well. So this much for the time being. Thank you so much.